Los Angeles, you have called me home, and I'm ready to serve.
Congresswoman Karen Bass officially launches her campaign for LA mayor. It's a party-like atmosphere at LA Trade Tech College, and it's emotional for Bass, surrounded by family and friends.
They gave me such a great makeup job that's now all blurring.
The size of this crowd is the biggest for an LA political event in years.
She's done nothing but bring people together.
So I just feel like it's time for a woman to be chief executive.
At this moment, I do believe Karen Bass is the frontrunner.
Jon Regardie writes about the mayor's race for LA Magazine. He says the diversity of this crowd is notable.
I'm absolutely here today seeing enthusiasm for a Los Angeles political candidate that we haven't seen in more than a decade, probably since the first time that Antonio Villaraigosa ran for mayor.
Former LA Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa is here to endorse his friend of 48 years.
She's somebody who's not changed much. She's grown a lot, but her essence, her character, she's always been a woman of integrity.
Others endorsing? Congresswoman Judy Chu, LA County DA George Gascon, and actress Tiffany Haddish.
Everything she says she gonna do, she do to the best of her ability.
Unlike Bass, all the other leading announced candidates for mayor have worked at LA City Hall before. Bass, though, has served this community for decades. She founded LA's Community Coalition, served as Speaker of California's Assembly, chaired the Congressional Black Caucus, and was on Joe Biden's shortlist to be vice president. Bass won her last congressional election with 86% of the vote. She's leaving one of the safest seats in America to enter a crowded field for LA mayor. This is a giant political risk. Why is this worth the risk?
Well, you know what? It's the 40,000 people a night on the streets. It is a risk. I mean, leaving Congress, it's a big deal.
Bass says solving LA's homelessness crisis is priority one.
What often happens in campaigns is people come up with the short-term solution and never get around to the long-term solution.
Bass only chose to run when her longtime friend Mark Ridley Thomas decided not to run for LA mayor. Just this week, Ridley Thomas was indicted by the feds for alleged corruption. We asked her about that for the very first time.
I was just extremely saddened. Mark Ridley Thomas is somebody who has made just unbelievable contributions to this city. And to see what is going on now makes me feel sad. But, you know, he has a right to due process like everybody. And so let's just see what happens.
This event focused on community organizing, a reminder of Bass's start as a community organizer here in the 70s.
Many of these people I've worked with 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. So that's what you're seeing, is you're seeing people who have worked together for decades trying to solve really tough problems, coming back together again, realizing this is a crisis that's going to take all of us.
In Los Angeles, Elex Michaelson, Fox 11 News.